And millions of Americans will soon see up to $20,000 in student loan debt forgiven. But right here in the Hoosier State, eliminating that debt does come at a price. News 18's Cameron DeBlasio spoke with state lawmakers to see where they stand on the student loan income tax.
With President Joe Biden forgiving up to $20,000 in student loan debt for millions of Americans, the state of Indiana is set to cash in. The Hoosier State will be one of at least 3 in the country to collect state and county income taxes on the debt forgiveness.
I'll take that all day, $300 for $10,000, and I think most students will too.
State Senator Ron Alting says paying just over $300 in state income tax for every $10,000 of student debt forgiven is a reasonable trade-off.
If somebody would have come to me working full-time and said, you know what, will you pay me $300 and I'll take away $10,000 of your debt, of college debt, I don't think I could have got my check out quick enough.
In Tippecanoe County, a resident with $10,000 of college debt forgiven would owe $451 between state and county income taxes. State Representative Chris Campbell says all forms of aid should be taxed equally. The state has not taxed PPP loans. Campbell says given that decision, student loan forgiveness shouldn't be taxed either.
If we're going to make a decision based on, whether or not we're going to be taxing aid, I think it just needs to be evaluated. And we need to not just pick and choose which aid is going to be taxed and which aid isn't going to be taxed.
Some state lawmakers have proposed making an exception for student debt forgiveness during the next session in the spring. Alting says he'll see how many tax dollars the state is projected to collect first before determining whether to support an exception.
Wouldn't be very responsible for me as the senator right now to take a stance on either way of that till I get the facts on how much money is the taxpayers' money we're talking about.
Campbell says she would also support an exception if the state does not tax any other forms of federal pandemic-related aid. Reporting in Tippecanoe County, Cameron DeBlasio, News 18.
Indiana usually aligns most of its tax code with the Internal Revenue Code. The most recent update to the IRC creates a tax exemption for all student loan debt discharged from 2021 to 2025. State lawmakers approved Indiana's most recent tax code last year, but chose not to include this exemption.